How are you guys today? I know this is gonna be a little bit weird for a stand-up comedian, but I am trying to upload a video to YouTube. It's hard to actually like record yourself when you're like on stage and stuff because no matter how, it never sounds right, it never looks good, and it's just a mess. But I hope you guys are doing okay though. I hope you guys are doing okay. If I talk a little bit quick or a little bit too fast, it's probably because I had like 2 shots of like coffee espressos before getting up here, so get used to it, get used to it. But as I said earlier, I am going to do some stand-up comedy. That's right, your boy got jokes, not good ones, but they're jokes, bitch. Okay. Now, it's a good thing that I am 18, because if I was in my 30s and I told my dad I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, he'd probably deport me himself. That shit just won't work out. Actually, my dad always says he wants to go and watch me do my stand-up comedy and stuff. And he's a very supportive dad, but he comes like once in a never. My dad never really ever comes out to see my stand-up comedy, but it's okay. It's okay. Now, yeah, my father and I had actually a very strange relationship growing up. He worked around like 82 hours a week. That's like around 3 to 5 jerk-off sessions for a teenager. So he was like hardcore, never at home. But our relationship was strange. It's like finding out Terry Crews isn't actually bald. Like you just can't see the things anymore. It's just weird. There was actually a point where I hardly ever knew my dad. And my mom tells me this story all the time where she actually got called in for work and my dad got laid off. Not off work, but he just had the day off. And as soon as I got home from school, my dad says that I looked even whiter than I was ever before because I had no idea who he was. Keep in mind, to me, it's a stranger in my house. It's not Christmas. I don't know who the fuck this bitch is. So as soon as he said hi, I freaked out. I threw my backpack at him and I rushed into my bedroom and I didn't come out at all except for snacks and shit. That's the only time I ever got out. My dad laughs about it now, but my mom tells me that in the past, it actually kind of hurt his feelings, It kind of sort of made him feel like he was failing as a father. And I sort of realized that it made me feel like a dick. Like I was like, God damn, I was a kid. What am I going to do as a kid? I don't know. Like, I can't do much. I just kind of have to, like, stick with what I gotta do. But I love my dad, man. He's super supportive. My dad was almost blindly supporting me on being a fucking manga creator. Like, I was obsessed with anime. Like, do you have any idea what a weeaboo is? Like, I was into that weeaboo shit, like, hardcore, shoved up a dick in my ass. Like, I was too much into that shit. Like, I was this close to buying a fucking pillow of an anime character that I fucking loved. Loved. That's just fucked up, man. Something wasn't right. Like, I was more consistent of drawing an anime character every day than I was with my own fucking religion growing up. You have any idea how fucking mad my mom was when she kept seeing that I was more consistent with this shit? I don't know, man. My dad was even, like, supportive of me just doing like the dumbest shit of wanting to be a wrestler, a skater, a biker. I wanted to do everything. Kids are expensive, and I was one of those kids. I've got a lot of things from my dad, genetically too. Yeah, I've got like his shoulders, his back, definitely his temper. Definitely my dad's temper. Actually, the only thing my dad was never supportive about was that he actually doesn't like that I don't drink or smoke. He doesn't like that I don't do anything. And every now and then he'll like talk to me about it. He'll be like, hey Juan, why can't you ever just hang out with me on a Sunday afternoon? Just chill after church and hang out and drink maybe a cold one together. Like, what's so hard about that? Why can't you do that? And like it hurt because I wanted to also make my father happy. But one time I just got really sick of it. And I just told him, like, Dad, I can't do it. And he goes, why not? And I was like, you got to think about this shit logically. I'm depressed. Alcohol is a depressant. Mixing alcohol with a depressed person is just not the smartest idea. That's like mixing Trump with facts. That shit's not gonna turn out pretty. It's just not. My dad laughs about it, but I know deep down he probably wants to hang out a couple of beers and shit. Um, I'm just glad he controlled his temper. Like, my dad is never a guy who would ever hit me or anything, but I knew that he was a very like short-tempered kind of guy, and I was also like that. For example, I would always get into like fights with all my cousins and shit. Like, if anybody here ever watches Narcos, you probably understand what I mean. Like, I was at the tip top of my cousins. Like, I was the fucking Pablo. Everybody else was just under me, and I didn't give a fuck. The only person who would ever fucking step on my shoe was my cousin Diego, and me and him would just go fist to fist every single time we saw each other. One time I just got furious and we got into like a full-on fight. He hit me in the throat and I just couldn't breathe. I like kicked him in his knee. We were just going at it. And then at the very end, I just grabbed him by like the neck and just slammed him onto the ground. I got one of the foldable chairs real quick and I put it on his arm just right here and just wham! Slammed it right on his arm. It broke and his mom just goes, "What are you doing to my baby? What are you doing to my baby?" My mom still laughs about this to this day because I looked at her in the face and I was like, "Bitch, you're not my mother. Fuck off of me. Fuck off of me, bitch. Go out and talk to your kid." I was a hyped 9-year-old. You know, I was a hyped kid. I drank too much caffeine. That was my problem. I don't blame it on me though. My mom actually used to give me coffee growing up rather than milk because it was more affordable. It was cheaper. That's what I used to drink. She wonders why I have ADHD now, but I don't really want to explain it to her. You already know how all these get. One downfall that does come with actually drinking too much caffeine is that you get impatient. You get impatient about things that you forget or things that just aren't going as quick as you want it to be. And one time I had to pay the price for that. One time I had to really pay the price for that because we went to the YMCA. And see, I was a really fat kid growing up. Like, I had titties going like two directions. You know what I mean? Like, I literally could not go into the water without a shirt because I was embarrassed that hard. And as I was like getting undressed, I realized I forgot my shirt. I left it with my mom. So I was like, fuck. So I started putting everything back on and I zipped up my pants only to instantly, and I mean instantly, man, fucking realize that I got my dick stuck in the zipper and that shit hurted like a motherfucker. I was like, ah, damn. My dad had to help me get my dick out, man. It was uncomfortable. You gotta keep in mind, I still saw him kind of as a stranger. I couldn't really see him like that. It was just uncomfortable. I just kind of had to stand there while he did it. It wasn't the most, father-son building moment, but it's what we got, you know. It's okay, though, because me and my girlfriend, still try to buffer the dent out, so it's okay. It's okay. And if me and her ever have an orgy, she can feel my dick apart. It's okay. But take care. Thank you for listening to my stand-up. Subscribe or like, or however you feel. Leave comments, progressive or abusive. Make me cry. I don't care.